Okay, can anybody hear me? Am I loud enough? Am I loud enough? Can anybody hear me? Um, so hey guys, it's been a bit. I am trying to get back into the groove of things with streaming because what I wish to do is doing 2 times a week, specifically Tuesdays and Thursdays. But until I get used to this new schedule with school and work, it'll probably just be Thursdays, guys. But I appreciate everybody who came. I hope that y'all are having a good day. For the most part, I had a good day. It was mainly just going to class. Unfortunately, it rained outside and I had to go outside. I love rain. I just don't like going outside in the rain. I'm so sorry I came in a bit late. Like, I try to be punctual. I try. I swear. But, I was heating up food and I just took my nebulizer treatment. And I made the dumb mistake of not eating before taking my nebulizer treatment. So I'm like really shaky. And that's kind of a dumbass decision considering I'm about to draw. But don't worry, I'll do like a warm up and stuff. Because essentially, we're going to draw a warm up of a Serpa from Golden Kamuy. Because in a couple of days, there's going to be an orchestra concert where they play like songs from the soundtrack and stuff. And for those who want to know what I'm eating japchae and like some bulgogi beef. No, not beef, pork. Some pork bulgogi. Give me a moment. Like I'm just enjoying my food right now. Plus, this is the beginning of the stream. Y'all can bother with talking to me. It'll be fine. But what was I thinking? So one of the topics that I wanted to cover today was artistic frustrations because I'm at a point where I am in a gray area. Like, okay, I have a lot of new opportunities for me because I'm doing a mural and stuff, and I'm about to do another coloring book that I need to add to my fucking portfolio and stuff. But that's been taking a lot out of me because of stuff like transportation and because this is with my current job where I'm already an education assistant. I have to balance those duties with being able to do that art project. But yeah, like I have a new opportunity with my art and I get to showcase myself. And I genuinely think that to an extent I'm doing a lot better doing art IRL, like with physical um projects than online because it gets a lot more eyes on my stuff. And because I'm getting it through the museum that I'm working at, it's more consistent. However, there's a bit of a trade off because of issues like transportation and like balancing it with my existing duties as an educational assistant and stuff. Like I feel a bit stretched thin. So it's nice for me to come on stream and to work on other things, right? Because One of my biggest issues right now is making sure that I can make time for myself and make art that I want to do outside of like a job. That being said, though, my comms are open. Uh, my commissions are open, guys, because I'm trying to raise money to go to Japan. I am trying to raise money to go to Japan. So I would very much appreciate if y'all wouldn't mind purchasing like a body pillow or any other commissions, right? Because right now I'm doing like body pillow commissions for Valentine's Day. And I don't know, it would be very lit if somebody would like spare me $50 or something, or to help me go out or something, you know? But give me a moment. So I'm gonna start getting in the habit of doing warm ups as well, because sometimes I realize whenever I start a project, sorry, I'm eating, and these job chain noodles are really good. Like holy shit. And these are leftover job chain, so because I had some yesterday. Like there's this new Korean food spot that opened downtown from my job, and it's so good. Like I think I got a problem. Let me sit up straight and drink some water. And we're gonna do a warm up of a Serpa. Um, let me change the color real quick. No, a lighter gray. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna do a warm up by drawing a Serpa. Although I need to pick out a picture for her. Give me a minute. Um, what Ainu instrument does she play? I didn't download all of the I was being foolish because my ass didn't download all of the references that I was gonna use. Let's be responsible. And then heavy coat over. Let's see. Let me look up casual. I knew like she's gonna wear something more orchestra black. And then thanks for the head pat. How's it going, Zivia? I'm gathering some other references. I'm gonna do a warm up of a Serpa. I'm gonna try to do more digital sketches. Cause usually whenever I sketch, I like sketch in a notebook or something. But how's your day been? I heard that um wait, can I talk about the theater thing? Also, can you hear me? Damn, that response was so late. Okay. I said I could. I guess my text came. Oh, I haven't picked it up yet because I started eating. Like I'm eating japchae noodles, and also my hand is a bit shaky. Like this stream is starting off chaotic because my ass decided to take my nebulizer treatment before the stream, like a DA. Scuff is inherent with the service. Honestly, did I not have the pose? I didn't download the pose, didn't I? Damn. Okay. So one more thing. I'm gonna download a pose. Shit, if I could get through this stress with Atlas, I'd be no different. More than likely. Yeah. But I think it adds a certain charm to it. Like, we're not corpos. And even then, corpos also go through stress. So it's like, it could be funny. But pretty much what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to draw a Serpa in an orchestra black outfit. And I'm gonna try to fuse modern like orchestra black clothing with traditional Ainu clothing because I don't like how she looks. Cause okay, I'm gonna make the sub window big. Let me see how it looks like on the. Cause I gotta move the sub view a little bit to the side for y'all to see it. She's just wearing her regular clothes while everybody else gets a special outfit. Cause there's supposed to be an orchestra concert like in 2 days. I'm just ever so slightly under the processing power I need at minimum. That's my only lack. Aw, it's okay. So will you need a new card then? Cause I know you got a new one, but will you need a second one? Sorry, I took another bite of food. But no, look at this. Everybody gets a special outfit. That everybody's wearing military stuff because everybody here is a vet, except for Gigi over here. He's wearing like pirate garb. It's my CPU, not my RAM. I have no idea how to safely replace it. Yeah, don't try that. Don't try that if you don't know. And like, look how everybody is coordinated in this one because this was last year's concert. And even a Serpa, she had a cute little outfit with orchestra black. Well, not orchestra black. This is very unconventional and stuff. And oh my gosh, like everybody looks so well put together. Even Nikaido and stuff. Like everybody, they're looking awesome. They're looking hot. They're looking sexy. And a Serpa is adorable. And then, I don't know. Like some, I don't know why the fuck Shiraishi looks like this. Excuse me. Like he looked like he smelled something terrible. Okata looks like a PNG that was put in. And then a Serpa, it looks like they just got her from a random still from anime promo and just put her in here. Like maybe there was a complaint about her not wearing anything that's indicative of her culture, but like I feel like they could have given her something special to wear while still showing off her culture. Like they could have hired somebody. So I'm gonna do that. I may be. I'm gonna do that. I'm the one. So we gonna put this. Yeah, cause like I knew they usually wear like um they usually wear blue and red because those are the most common dye colors that they had available until they started trading with the Japanese. Because remember Kidoranke, the guy with the big beard. Also, hey Grave, um, Kidoranke, who's one of the older characters, and he's Ainu. He wears blue and white and red, and then so does Incarmat, even though she wears more red than blue. It's funny when people consult me when making things based on you when you're not available because I'm closest to you. Oh, what happened? What happened? Who consulted? Like, I won't do you wrong, but it's like, why not ask me? I guess, are they trying to do a surprise thing? Should I be concerned? Actually, we'll start with this pose, right? Now it's time to actually do some shit. But how's it going, Grave? Curb consulted me to help make your wrestler in his game. Oh, y'all are doing that right now in the VC? Curb could have waited until after I was done. Shit. I guess he want to get it done now. Actually, no. She has to face this way. But no, I would have liked for a Serpa to be color coordinated at least, but then I understand wanting to make her stand out because she's the only one playing a traditional Ainu instrument. And then the guys, they're dressed more militaristic in this, and you kind of don't want her to be tied in with that since this is a story that covers stuff um like colonialism and stuff because Golden Kamuy takes place during the after the Japanese Russo War, and that's during like the Meiji period and stuff. And there's already a lot of controversy with a Serpa with the way that they handle some subject matter about certain stuff. Played some Marvel Rivals now, chilling here before D&D session. Awesome. Who do you main in Marvel Rivals? Midtone like your pictures. We can't get your hair due to the limits of the game, but we're taking the same approach we did with Moxie. Cool. As long as I still look stylish. My OTP is Rocket, but I've been branching out into Scarlet Witch and Luna Snow. Cool. I need to pick up Rivals, and I also need to pick up Fortnite because I promised my sister that I would learn Fortnite so I could play with her, and I still have yet to pick it up. I have a mind block when it comes to first person shooters right now. Me, when I have someone everywhere. Yep. I need to squash the head a bit. A Serpa has more of like a circular head. Keep in mind that this is gonna be loose and messy because I'm trying to get in the habit of like doing a warm up before working on art, even if I'm like getting caught up on the next step. Hey Artemis, how's it going? Also, thank you for the head pat. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Wait, let me look at chat again. Let's see. Being a flex is a blessing and a curse in that game. I can feel anywhere, but when people are stubborn and insta locking, I could be in healer, tank, hell for several games in a row. Like, can I please play a DPS? Maybe, maybe make them motherfuckers learn. Like, I know you want to win, so you're willing to fill the role if necessary. Socials URL isn't working. You still on Twitter? Don't want to know if I should update my Discord to advertise your Blue Sky instead for my avatar. Um. Oh, the socials URL isn't working. I should have fixed that. I tried to fix it yesterday, but I didn't. Um. But no. Let's see. I'm still on Twitter, and then I'm also on Blue Sky. But hey, Artemis. Right now, I'm doing a warm up. Both Super Jelly. Yes. Right now, I'm doing a warm up where I'm drawing a Serpa from Golden Kamui, and I'm gonna try to do like a quick design of a orchestra black outfit because it bothers me that she don't have one this time around, even though last time she did. Yeah. Let's see, body, and it'll be like quit because usually the outfits that we wear to the orchestra, they're usually simple unless you're like a soloist or something. Um, so let me. I'm gonna probably use this dress as a base. Yeah, cause like okay, for example, the one time that I got to show out besides wearing typical orchestra black was at the Opus Ball. So at my state, we we have this thing where a bunch of rich people and socialites do a fundraiser where they just have a bar where they have a ball and they drink and all dessert and shit, and there's usually an auction, and that's the best time of the year for hold on, I'm gonna put a snooze on the ad break real quick because I want to tell the story real quick. um it's an important time of the year because that's usually the biggest fundraiser for the orchestra. Actually, this dress is too simple. Give me a minute. I know I'm gonna make it short and I'm gonna add some layers to the skirt, but I at least want a decent base for it, you know? Or actually, let me look at this one. No, that's just a. Or honestly, it could be simple. It's fine. The code is really what's gonna. The code and accessories are really gonna be what like helps her stand out. But What was I thinking about again? Oh yeah, important part time of the year because that's where both the adult and actually no, it's not where the adult orchestra gets the money. It's where the children's orchestra that I was a part of. Because for context, I was in Arkansas Youth Symphony Orchestra, so they had kids from across the state audition to be a part of the orchestra, and then if you were at the highest level, you got to play side by side with the adults and stuff. And the Opus Ball was the fundraising and stuff. And some of the people were like, "Well, we want to see what we're paying for." And oh, you were a xylophonist? That's awesome. In marching band, I was a majorette, so I like twirled the baton. But in the stands, I played crash cymbals. But during concert season, I mostly play mallets and timpani. I played a little bit of everything, but those were the two that I mainly played because those were my favorites, and because I was like, what they did was when we had chair tests, the higher your chair was, the quicker you got to choose what part you wanted to play. I might give her princess themes. I was clarinet despite my mother's best attempts to teach me piano and percussion. My sister is a clarinet. My mom wanted to be a clarinet, but there were already too many people who did it. Start the smallest sounding musical trio ever. I want to learn piano and guitar. Guitar feels good. Let's see. Guys, we love it when my sketches look like a box of crayons to rub. And I'm not even mad about that. Like, I think, like, that helps me differentiate. Says I have piano hands. My mom told me that as well. Um, and then I do know the kind of coat that I'm giving her. Like the cut would be somewhat closer to a happy coat, which is like more Japanese, but like there would be some patterns on it that are more akin to a rumpe. For those who don't know, a rumpe is a specific type of Ainu garment, which is where you cut out strips of cloth and embroider it down, and then you add thorn patterns on it. Piano hands are just big ass hands. Yeah, Sylvia's hands are small as fuck. Also, I need to learn how to like draw cloth hanging. I think because drawing Dex's body pillow is low key beating my ass because I realize that once I have to draw clothing in movement, it be beating my ass. Because I said how I wanted to talk about artist struggles and stuff. Like, my artist struggle, set naturally, it covers the front of a Switch game set. um, Runpei. Talking about artist struggles, I need to do ads in 47 and counting everyone. Okay. But it's like, oh my god, should I give her the headband? I'll give her the headband, but I'll style it a different way. Because usually the headband is usually just tied raw around the head, but I'm going to like tuck it. But like artist struggles, right? Um, Wanting to draw new things and and then you have to pause the drawing because you realize that you don't quite know how to draw the thing. You don't quite know how to draw the thing yet, so you have to pause the thing that you're drawing in order to learn how to draw the thing. Like, I'm glad that I'm drawing decks for free and that there's no deadline, but damn. I want to live. Ads, I appreciate not being interrupted. But since I'm not sub, I like to give a girl her paycheck. Oh, you're gonna sub? I appreciate it. Or, I don't know if you're gonna sub. As I am unemployed, I am not gonna sub, but I also didn't get the ad break. Ah, it might come the next time around. I don't know. Let's see. No, what was I thinking about again? Artist struggles. When you want to draw new things and get out of your comfort zone, but then you realize that you got to learn how to draw other shit in order to do that. So then I have to make time to do studies and stuff. And it feels like I'm given time to experiment with things because of my art class. Because, like, okay, one of the classes that I'm in is an intro to illustration. And the other one that I'm in is like a creative invention class. Creative invention is where um, it's like, it's not exactly a free hour because you still got to work, but it's just like, it's very loose. Like, you have a theme and you have an artist that you're studying in order to go with that theme, and you're supposed to make a bunch of works within a certain time frame, right? Hold on, I decided to take another bite of food. Shout out Jupche. Um, it's okay. You'll get there. And sometimes it'll be like a pool in the water sort of situation. Current artist struggle is getting my ass beat by the algorithm consistently. Yes, that is also mine. I have to remind myself that my art doesn't suck. There are people who like what I have to offer. It's just that the algorithm is ass. And other stuff, I feel like I don't know when the fuck to post, what to write, how to say it. It's so dumb. Corp says hi, it's BDW. He just came back to VC. Hey, Corp. Maybe give her dress a trim. Cause something that y'all should know about I Knew clothing is that part of the reason why they have so much embroidery and stuff on it is that it's a protection thing, right? Like, the symbols are usually based off of stars and thorns in order to act as a protective measure. And then where they, and it's both like, both spiritually protective, but it's also physically protective, right? Because, like, when you put embroidery and stuff on the hems and the edges of the clothing, it helps seals the edge to keep the fabric from fraying. You could tell that this show has had an effect on me because I was learning so much about Ainu culture, partially because of the show, because, like, it's very thorough with and it also got like cute little hearts and stuff in it. I'll just like I would have to look up symbols later. Actually, let me zoom in. I'll like try to copy some of the embroidery that's already on her outfit. But I also made an OC because that's how much I got into the show. I want to say that it's entirely accurate, but like there's a lot of work that went into making a sort of immersive cultural experience. Because when you read the manga, Satoru Noda like collaborated with several different museums and archives and stuff in order to get the information that he needed. And apparently, a lot of Ainu audiences like it, even with some of its shortcomings. Cause okay, so something about Golden Kamui is that it's about this little girl named Serpa, who's the girl that I'm drawing right now, and this one former soldier named Sugimoto, who are looking for this gold because originally, when the Japanese were like violating their treaties and stuff, the Ainu decided to look for gold in Hokkaido to raise money and get weapons in order to defend themselves, right? You should use my brush tutorial to make a custom pattern for this pattern. Yeah, I feel like I might use that if I draw a Serpa more often. Because I do want to get back into drawing fan art again. I feel like I stopped drawing fan art because, like, I don't know. It's been hard for me to get into things. Or at least if I do get into things, I never have time. Or I, like, feel frozen about certain stuff. Like, the last time I did fan art was when, like, fan art of somebody who wasn't a black VTuber, right? Was Satoru was fucking Gojo, and it took forever because he was so hard to draw. Like I redrew his face like 6 different times until I could get it to a way that I was really satisfied with. Nanami took less tries. But no, I do need to use your brush tutorial, Artemis, because I really like patterns and stuff, and I do want to be like an artist who's like known for using cute patterns and stuff and just different textile looks when it comes to the clothing. Like think of damn. I can't even think of an example. Think of Chowder, actually. Because that's really where I took my inspiration from. I always like that look of how they had the moving patterns and stuff. You know, I was going to make another tutorial on how to make that I already know how to do. Because, you know those magazine assets that I make? I always have a background pattern in there. And I've always like uploaded the pattern that I make for the magazines onto like Clip Studio. But that would be a great tutorial to do. It's weird because I know how to do a repeating pattern before I know how to make a brush. Now, when it comes to like making something like this, I wouldn't make a brush for a room pay. I would make a stamp. Because I think that is too big and it's not really something that can be repeated or made with a brush because like it's not really something that could be brushed I would just make a stamp. Honestly, I should because I made. Okay, I'm gonna show you the Golden Kamui OC that I made. So this is my OC Keratane. I made her because I got problems. My problems is I got a crush on this character in the cast named Ogatha, so I ended up making a Yume Sona and stuff. This took like 3 months of research and consulting Momiko, also known as Mommy's Carcass, because she's Ainu and Jamaican, right? So I was asking her for advice, and I'm like, is this okay? Does it look great? Does she got drip? Almost the whole cast are sociopaths. Except for like 3 niggas, and those 3 are psychopaths. I'm okay. Don't let me roast you. He is not the hard sociopath out of the group. I'm so serious. I've only held you hostage for a couple of episodes. Thank you. Cause like I wanted the 2 outfits to have some kind of tie to each other. Cause like the first outfit is supposed to have sort of a plant theme. Cause Asanoa, that's hemp and stuff, and like her Japanese name is Ibara. Cause like okay, I'm about to do a lore dump. I'm sorry. So back in the Meiji period, where Japan started to take over and shit, I knew folks were forced to assimilate, so they had to have a Japanese name for paperwork and stuff. And her name is Abara, which means thorn, or her Japanese name is Abara, which means thorn. Because I sort of have a plant theme with her. Because like Keratane, it means it's combining the words taste and seed. Because when she was little, she liked to eat sunflower seeds, and what I knew, pretty much their thing is that your nickname is actually your name. Because like when you're a baby, you're named after something disgusting in order to like ward off spirits that cause sickness and stuff. So like her baby name was Satoshi, which means dog shit. So you don't get your actual name until you're like around 8 years old, or you're like past the infant mortality rate and stuff, because they want to make sure you stay protected until you're older and healthy. And then they'll name you after a trait that you got. So like if you were playing in the pots and pans when you were little, you'd be named something like Kettle and stuff. So I called her Keratane because she really liked eating sunflower seeds. And the reason why she has a plant theme was because I took loose inspiration from like Apothecary Diaries, because like Keratane's backstory was that she was like taken from her family and she was sold to a brothel, and she worked as an apothecary there because she wasn't considered pretty enough to be an Oron and stuff, so she would act as an assistant or do medical stuff there. And she ends up joining the group and stuff when she sees a Serpa hanging out with the guys, because it's just like, why is there a little Ainu girl hanging out with these grown-ass soldiers and stuff? Oh, so she like puts some laxatives in the guy's tea and like picks up a Serpa to try to escape, because she was trying to escape the brothel anyway so she could get back home. And then a Serpa had to tell her, no, these guys are helping me. They're not taking advantage or anything. And she's just like, holy shit, I gotta go save them because they're gonna shit themselves to death. Because this is literally the vibe of the show. Like, it's very violent and it deals with a lot of commentary on colonialism and stuff, but there's like a lot of comedy and stuff. Like, oh my god. Like, it'd be hella chaotic in there. Like, hold on. I'm gonna open the sub view and show some of these characters real quick. Because, like I said, these niggas got problems. Where is it? So this is Ushiyama, also known as Dick Sensei. And he got the forehead of a rice cake, of a darn tofu cake, because he hit his head on a trunk so many times to make it resilient. And he also got judo ear. And a Serpa treats him as a perverted uncle because dude is he's perverted, but he's like semi respectful about it. Like he'll be like, "Good morning, ma'am. I just wanted to let you know that you have a fat ass." Like this nigga has no filter, but he's like genuinely not. It's just also like, can you say that another way? And then there's Tanigaki. Another thing that I like about this show is that the men get sexualized. Like I am turning into a deep like this show got me in a chokehold because he's nice. He just has brain damage. Like this freaking show. I haven't been this hyper fixated on a piece of media since Black Butler in middle school. That's how bad it is. Because I realize what the two have in common is that that it's historical fiction with a lot of fun facts about the time period and the setting. It has really good food scenes. Like there's so many food scenes in there because of Serpa and Sugimoto, who's this guy over here. Give me a minute. The guy with the trumpet. This is Sugimoto, because like he and a Serpa, they're dynamic duo. Let me save. Thank you for the save. Okay, I'll drink some water. Oh my god, I was going to kill you. No. No! Thank you for the head pat. Do not compare it to Hamilton. I've seen Hamilton. Hamilton is a good show to watch. But, like, they're going to hell. Because it's just like, you casted people of color as these white people in order to make our oppressors seem more endearing, and I will never forgive you for that. But Aserpa and Sugimoto, they're the dynamic duo. And what happened? Oh yeah, they would like swap recipes and stuff for the food that they have, and it's a nice way for them to connect with each other and learn about each other's culture. So it has really it's fun historical fiction that has a lot of yeah, but honestly I prefer him without his cap. Like he needs a cowlick in the front. That'll help cover some of that forehead. And not to mention it's so pushed back. That's probably why, but he needs to take his cap off. Like I remember in the Stenka episode, you didn't watch the Stenka episode. You weren't there, but I was fangirling. It was when they were in that Russian fight club. He still had his hat on, and I felt like he should have taken it off. I never seen Steins Gate. Let me hurry up and do the rest of the embroidery. This is supposed to be a warm up, so I shouldn't be on here for too long. We had a late start. Let me look up the Steins Gate scientist though, so I understand. Nah, I get it. Yeah, he should have some strands of hair on his face like him then. Honestly, it'd be funny if he was also voiced by Ian Sinclair in the English version. Honestly, that would be nice. No, what was I thinking about again? But yeah, he really needs to change his hair. It looks so much better in the live action version, and I think that's partially because they let his actor take his hat off more often. Because it's just like, take that shit off. Your forehead gonna sweat. You gonna lose follicles. Okay, so what the hell am I gonna do with this room pay? I'm gonna make it very simple because this is supposed to be orchestra black, so it can't. Well, it can. You don't have to be a stickler about it. This is cultural wear, so it's not gonna follow the rules exactly. Look at mine. I might rip off a little bit of mine. Actually, give me a minute. That's better. I'll just do like a spiral and call it a day. But like it'll be more of a subtle trend. Also, apparently, I knew women's clothing isn't as decorated as the men's because like the men usually go hunting and stuff because they're supposed to quote unquote have more protection. Is there cultural significance to the power pattern similar to Maori tattoos, or is it just cultural aesthetic practice? So okay, so the symbols that are usually used in Ainu clothing, they're supposed to represent thorns and stars, and that's supposed to be a protective measure. And and it's also a practical thing because usually whenever they put embroidery or those large pieces of cloth and stuff, they usually do it around the hem and stuff, and that's supposed to keep the fabric from fraying. So it's both spiritually protective and also protective of the garment. Emo, mo. Yeah, how to draw that instrument. Yeah. You know, I learned this within. Actually, no, I learned it while doing research to make my OC because I got a problem. And because I'm trying to get back into doing stuff like fan art and making OCs again, even though it's the self insert kind right now. I haven't really worked on my original OCs, like original as in it's not tied to a TV show in a hot minute. Like I draw Nima sometimes, but I haven't been as active with like exploring her as a character lately. Let me give her some shoes and then we'll be done with her for tonight. Lord, give me one more chance. It's already saved. It's fine. Cause another artist struggle that I could talk about is like earlier I talked about not really having a lot of time to do like personal art. Although don't take that as a discouragement to buy a commission. My comms are open. because I need the money. Like, the thing is, I don't mind doing commissions. It's more like doing art at work right now because I'm working on a mural, and then I'm dealing with art with school. So sometimes it feels like I don't have enough time. Like, this is part of the reason why I'm doing more art streams than gaming streams right now, because it's supposed to make me do art. And it's kind of sad that I gotta turn it into a stream in order to do that. But that, for now, that is my way of making time. I'm gonna find other ways, but in the meantime, this is gonna be the way, right? Okay. So for now, we're done with the ghost. Now we're gonna work on Artemis. But other stuff, it wasn't even time. It was like a motivation thing. Oh yeah, I should have changed the line art for the face. Cause how do I describe it? I've been having a hard time with art since November of 2023. Cause it was like that month is when I realized a lot of things that I didn't like about myself. And it was also like some things that made me feel really upset with and discontent with art, and sometimes I sort of felt like, why bother? It's like, if anybody follows my Twitter and to see my rants about stuff when it came to like representation and whatnot, and not really feeling valued as a black artist because of what gets attention. Yeah, that's bitterness. And I kind of don't care that it's bitterness. Like, some people have said that, oh, I'm shitting on people's creativity for talking about these things, or like the way that I'm talking about these things, but I really don't care because it's just like I'm tired of feeling lied to. People say that they want representation, but they don't show up. So, and then we'll turn around and complain whenever the thing that they did put so much effort in didn't even do, suffered at doing the bare minimum. Like, I'm not saying that we have to content with everything, but damn, if you don't even show up for things that don't even try, let's try something. If you show up for things that don't try, and you show content with like self inserts and stuff, then why expect better when you show that you'll only show up for the bare minimum or something? I don't know. Okay. I need to be responsible as a shader and know where the line of color is. Okay. This is going to help. Because then I'm going to know where the hell the shadows are. Also, I need to make a palette. Light source. So it was like after that sort of realization and that culmination of bitterness in November of 2023, I've been having a semi hard time with personal art ever since. And somebody's, and personal art isn't gonna get as much as something that already has a fan base, but that's not it, right? That's not it. That's not the problem. The problem is that a lot of people would rather see themselves in a non black character than a black character in general, just because it has access to prestige. And that's what pisses me off. So I'm trying to get back into the groove of like I'm trying to get back into the groove of like doing art for myself and also posting it because that's more so the issue. I do make art for myself. It's just that I don't post a lot of it. And I feel like some artists should try to make art for themselves that they don't care about posting for others, right? Like make stuff for yourself sometimes. Don't always make something to please an algorithm, but I probably should have added a blush first. But also like don't be afraid to share because somebody will care about what you have to offer. It's a blur. So I'm okay. Well, I'm semi okay. I still feel like shit sometimes. Yeah. All right, Miss, you came to the right spot because I'm always saying controversial shit. So don't be afraid. Actually, your take on prestige also applies to the black art community. Yeah, because they're the same artists who sort of get rotated, and some people aren't willing to branch out. And this isn't to shit on the artists who do get popular and stuff because they definitely deserve their accolades and whatnot. But people get comfortable. Like I feel like a lot of people are part of it is like what is it? Comfort. Part of it is routine. Cause like sometimes I ask people, have they tried watching something else or tried looking up something else and stuff, and they're like, oh, I haven't thought of it, or oh, that seems like too much work. The amount of black people that I've seen who would say some shit like, well, white people don't have to go out of their way to look for something, and it's just like, so you're just not going to look for us at all, knowing the kind of hurdles that we have to go through just to be seen. Nigga, if you're having a hard time finding a character that looks like you, what makes you think that the black artists don't have a problem, don't have like a hard time getting something that you could relate to out there? And yeah, that's another thing. It really be bothering me sometimes seeing certain VTubers, and I be seeing black VTubers talking about this, right? And on one hand, I can be sympathetic, but on the other hand, it's kind of hard to fully sympathize because it's like, have you looked at the person's portfolio, right? I see a hyper realist African artist like multiple. Exactly. Like, it's amazing how we draw and we don't have a problem with finding people who can draw our features and stuff. And somebody's just like, well, y'all are artists. Y'all are going to flock to people who are like you. But it's just like, okay, but like, do you know how many? That's not automatic though. because the algorithm prioritizes non-black art like all the time, and yet we could still find each other because we make it an effort to look. Y'all are getting mad that white people have easier access to things, and that is understandable, but that isn't an excuse to not look when you know that there's a need that needs to be met. And the only thing that's stopping that need from being met is a lack of connection. So make an effort to actually connect. We draw in our own way. Straight up, there's a black art style, but the masses don't like that. Yeah. And it's very annoying. Like, I made a clip, so I'm not going to clip this conversation because I already made a clip that summarized my issues with this. Because my thing is, if you don't see the portfolio with any of your with any of your features in it, don't give that person any money. And the problem is, people will commission these artists just to say that they are a client, completely unaware, or I guess not even caring if they have their features in there. And I think that's really absurd. Because I don't know, when you hire somebody for a job, right? When you hire somebody for a job, you look at their resume to see if they can do it or if they have the capacity to do it, right? But nobody wants to look at a portfolio to see if that person could draw disability aids or fat or different skin tones and stuff. Not sure if it's totally related, but it made me think about how the popular minority characters end up being minority characters instead of expanding rep outwards. See Miles Morales having more powers than the entire Spider Verse. Yeah, like there's only one major black VTuber artist. We only have one person that people treat like the de facto big one, and that's insane. Yeah, are you talking about the person who makes models? And it's the fact that so many people have made like lists and stuff. Like, what's the point? I have talked to but I get what you mean, Grave, with how, and it's weird because like it wasn't like that before Miles. It wasn't like that before Miles because we've had minority. Spider-Man himself is a minority. That's the craziest part about it. But the problem is that sometimes he's dealt with minority erasure. Because like Spider-Man, he's Jewish, right? But they don't often talk about his Jewishness unless it's like specific runs. Like Spider Noir, for example, talks a lot about it because like this takes place during World War II, and Uncle Ben and Aunt May are like hella communists and all this other kind of stuff, and that's like a huge part of. Hold on. How do you color metal again? I'm gonna just. One of my resolutions for myself is to just make a folder of art tutorials that remind me how to do things. Because I would learn a new technique, right? I would learn a new technique and then I fucking forget. And it's just like, damn, why are we here? It's like, I want to live. This is better. Like, I'm gonna make little tutorials on how to do like almost everything. Like, one time I considered doing masking because apparently that's like better to do than clipping because it essentially does the same thing as clipping but with less layers. And I still haven't gotten the hang of it. You do both. I don't think I could bring myself to do both. I'm either going to do one or the other. I at least try to label most of my files, and that helps. Clipping and masking and unnamed layers. Now, that was one of the things I'm not the best at doing. What is it? Resolutions or keeping up with resolutions, but not the best at keeping up with resolutions, but I at least keep one, and it's usually art related. Like one year, my New Year's resolution was to do alt text. I should add a texture. See, I can never overpaint. If anything, I underpaint. Like I have a flat style. I have a flat style. So that's one thing, right? But even though I have a flat style, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to render just a little bit. But I try to find ways not to do that. I'm testing out textures. No. 5'8", technically. Like I'm 5'7.5". So pick one. It's a halftone cloud. But no, it's not necessarily. I think it's partially an inability. Like you know that thing about the apple in your mind and how much you can imagine. Like I could see, um, no, like how much detail you could see in your mind. I'm like a 2 or a 1.5. This gets sort of. You're seeing shrimp colors. Let me set up. Sometimes too much imagination is a bad thing. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you can see hyper realistically, but then you can't achieve it. Like, I genuinely feel sorry for artists who can, like, visualize everything, but their skill set isn't caught up to it because it probably pisses y'all off. If you were to describe your fight style, what would you say it is? It's a mix of rush down and grappling usually. Like I want to get it over with, and I will choke you out. Mm-hmm. Me, I may have an initial image in mind. I may have an initial image in mind, but as I start working on it, it just changes. Because I won't know how it really looks like until I start working on it. And for the most part, I'm satisfied with it regardless. One of my art resolutions, though, is I want to organize all of my Clip Studio paintbrushes and get into the habit of immediately organizing them when I download them. Because the amount of unorganized assets that I have is beating my ass. You're braver than the strongest soldier. You want to know how I'm going to do it? Remember what I talked about earlier about my hack to get myself to draw shit? I'm gonna just turn it into a stream. I'm gonna hold y'all niggas hostage, and we gonna talk shit as I organize these brushes. I've done it before. I can visualize scenes and details if I know what I'm going for, but if I have nothing to begin with, I'm mentally blind as fuck. My Twitter bookmarks is just full of undownloaded brushes. It's just the same. When I get my taxes, some of that money is going to be going towards getting as many brushes as I can. Some of these brushes and like 3D models and shit are a bit too high, dude. What the fuck are we doing? You know, the way that I used to shade was so much simple. I just did a multiply layer over the whole picture because I was lazy, and then I realized, nah, I need to shade over sections or like individuals. Try to be innovative. I'm also gonna fix some of the line art because I realize I need to look at that one tutorial. Like the thing is, I be downloading art books and tutorials because there's this one thing on coloring line work, and even though I separated by section, like looking at the order, I'm trying to find an easier way to do that. Like, can I just merge all of the line work into one layer and just color by sections? But then I would have to save. That's fair. It's gonna be small as hell. I also need to get out of that habit though, because it's just like, why the fuck am I coloring these small ass details? Nobody's gonna see this shit. Thank you. It'll be okay. It's weird because I'm always spiraling between this is good enough and no, it ain't. Keep going. It especially when I say that shading is like the most nerve wracking part of drawing for me because and it's not even because somebody is just like, well, why don't you go completely flat? And I'm like, it doesn't feel right. If I'm doing a sketch, I don't mind going completely flat, but comma, however, comma, if I'm doing like a full on illustration and it's not a sketch, it don't feel right. Because I've considered going completely flat before because I do take inspiration from like graphic styles and stuff, and a lot of them tend to be somewhat flat, right? But damn. Well, I know Discord stickers, for example, is bigger, so the details might be more. But Twitch emotes are usually a lot smaller. Yeah. It's just source of habit, because, like, if I see it, then I'm going to always see it. It's like one of those things where it's just like the audience won't know, but Jesus will know. But I got to treat this like I do marching band. They don't know my routine. You know, I should add. I'm not gonna add the text, but I am gonna add the Hetobito logo. The audience won't know, but Jesus will know what your thinking process was on the detail work. Gotcha. Okay, so when it comes to detail work, it really depends. I don't have a set method or a set philosophy. Cause it all I feel like One thing that I worry about myself whenever I do commissions is that there really is no consistency. Like sometimes I I should make this into, that'll make it easier to edit certain things. Um Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a chameleon whenever I do um hmm, whenever I do commissions because okay, give me a minute. Sometimes I worry about being a bit of a chameleon whenever I do commissions because when it comes to the art reference, sometimes I take on some of the things, especially, and it's not even just with commissions. Like when I was doing my Ruby redesign series, for example, right? Shit. When I was doing my Ruby redesign series, I was just like, huh, since this is supposed to be a recreation of the original outfits and stuff, why don't I just why don't I just learn the rendering style? How many fuck? Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm in focus mode because I'm like I'm telling y'all ahead of time when it's like something technical or something that I'm not familiar with and I'm trying to figure it out, I will go dead silent. I'm not dead. I'm not having a stroke. I'm just like, let's see. Is this the one? Artemis. How does this look? How does this look? Okay. Because I'm like, I may not put the text here, but yeah, I need to actually make my Discord server. Because I had this idea. Because you know Dino? She's pink. I think she has a demon theme, but I think she's talked about like rebranding or something. She has a server and it sort of functions as it's like streaming with community, but it also like notifies folks of when commissions are there, and I think she offers like a VGen discount because you can do discount codes now. And I want to do something like that. And then I'm going to make it an 18 plus server. Because, like, I know there are people who do public servers with all ages, but I don't think that I have the patience to do that. And it's not even that I don't have patience with kids. It's more like I don't have patience with kid and adult interactions, and I will kill somebody if somebody ends up in danger. So, to protect my own peace, no children allowed. Because I don't even think, are there any kids in my fandom? No, that's fair. That's one thing that I do worry about. I don't want to be like an absentee father. Looks great at a distance how you're meant to see it. Wondering if you're going to include or leave out the stars on the ring. I may like add a spike onto it to imply the stars. Maybe. Base. Plus, I'm always on Discord actually. So, the thing about me with Discord is that I be active, but I be active in like 2 servers only. Even though I'm in like 20. There must be something on your mind. That is the message. Are you giving me signs? I can see right through ya. There must be something on your mind. That is the message. Are you giving me signs? I can see right through ya. All I said is that we tried so hard to get pretty close with your outfit, even if we couldn't do the outfit. It's okay. Found one server I could appear in like a phantom and then I haunt the place. Because, like, sometimes I feel bad whenever I join people's servers and then I barely say shit. And they're like, oh, we're still happy to have you here. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm barely here. That's the thing. I feel bad. All I say is that we tried so hard on your voice in this game and even got pretty close to your outfit. Okay. I'm at half capacity. Holy shit. Wait. We can even do voice stuff. What the hell are y'all doing? Are y'all doing witchcraft in this damn game? Stars. I'm not gonna be an accurate star. I'm just gonna add spikes to imply it. Actually, it's just a 4-point star. It's fine. Shit. I gotta make them not shitty though. Can tell what you think. That's fine. This works. You can choose the voice in the game, and you can make your outfit from scratch too. So we did our best to get as close as possible with the limits. Aww, y'all do care. Thank yous. Saying stars out here like Nemesis looking for a red fit. Oh my god. Shout out Nemesis. Not my favorite, cause I'm more of a Mr. X kind of person. But still. Okay, so I finished the overalls. Artemis, I know you use like a stripe pattern, but actually no, most of it is just shading. Like it's a stripe pattern, but then the rest is shading. Okay. Angels. I love this song, and I like the wrestling outfits of it. Honestly, I need to see better from the WWE divas because when you look at some of the outfits in Japanese wrestling, it's just like, what the fuck is this? when compared to the divas is just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm tired of seeing Fashion Nova outfits. Actually, like one of the outfits that I saw was literally just Shin, and this isn't to like entirely shit on Shin because like I know there's like a lot of people that I know who are plus size. They get from Shin because it's one of the few places that that like sell in their size. And honestly, whenever there are conversations about fast fashion and whatnot, I get really annoyed sometimes whenever people are like just thrift and stuff, completely ignoring that there are a lot of thrift influencers that would be buying from the plus size section, completely ignoring, maybe do a gradient, folks that be buying from the thrift section and buying from the plus size section to alter. That's better. Also, let me save cutie angels. I'm trying to think. Give me a moment. Ah, my nose. I'm trying to think. Um, the issue is that people be going into the damn thrift section and buying stuff that's outside of their size. And there's already not a lot of plus size clothing in general, right? Because they don't want to cater to fat people. So, what the hell is somebody supposed to do? Right? And yeah, I hate fast fashion as well because, like, motherfuckers are straight up treating places like Ghana um, as a damn dumping ground. And it's terrible and it's disgusting, right? But like the thing about capitalism, thing about capitalism is that how we keep these systems in place is by making people dependent on the services that rely on exploitation to run, right? So you can't just shit on people for consuming certain things, especially when it's clothes. Like, I'm not the kind of person to use no ethical consumerism under capitalism a lot because I kind of hate how that phrase has been co-opted because people be using it for like watching a fucking TV show, even though we live in a time period where entertainment is more abundant than water. Like, you should not be using that for to like buy a blood diamond or some shit because that's something that's optional and not something that you need, right? It's actually a quill, so the line in the corner is the pen nib. Oh. Oh, okay. 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 Um, fuck. Let me turn off the. Wait. And then let me change the color of the line work. Respectfully, that's a super fun design, but my brain is wrecking itself trying to figure. Okay, so I feel like it would still work the same way. It was just you would probably have to slant up the points of the star. Also, I love for you how you chose the feather colors for the ghost. It looks really nice. Yeah, cause like I was thinking of using your hair, but then I realized that your hair already takes up like so much that I wanted to have an accent that could stand out against the hair. You know, I might change like even though the original emote, maybe make it the same color. The original emote had like a different color from the outline and the face. Maybe. Mm, or oh, thank you. Should I make it the same color as the outline? That might look a bit better. Maybe. I'll come back to that in a moment. Oh, I should fill that in. Close to you, night and day. From my name. Oh yeah, sometimes I will sing along to the music because I really like Pida. Has anybody ever heard of Pida? I should probably erase the edges, shouldn't I? Since this is a pen nib. You know, I have an Insta. I used to have an art Insta, but then I deleted it because I got tired of like grinding for nothing. And then I realized that Twitter was better. And Twitter was better for a bit. Sometimes I kind of regret like erasing my oh shit. Sometimes I regret erasing like okay, when I first entered Twitter, I only had art Twitter. And then I was just like I'm going to try VTubing, but I don't know if I'm going to commit to it. I don't know if I'm going to commit to it. So I ended up making a separate page. Wait, maybe I don't. Am I suddenly hallucinating Pida on Insta? Oh, it's because I didn't put her username in properly. She doesn't show up with just Pida. Yeah, isn't it like Ginga Girl Pida or something? But no, I made a art page that was separate from my VTubing page because I didn't know if I was going to commit to VTubing. Because this was something that was entirely like out of my element. Ah, wonder why she called herself that. I know that some of her songs have morbid themes because she's like, because her whole lore thing is that she really isn't a nice alien. She's like becoming an idol so she could take over the Earth or destroy it eventually. At least that's what I catch from some of her songs sometimes. Said tonight, hito mi no yoru ni wa kieta koto wa no sagashite kieto to wa dokete kite. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But what was I thinking about again? Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to stick with VTubing. Be funky, funky, funky night. You and I be together. Funky, funky, funky night. Be funky, funky, funky night. You and I funky night. What was I thinking about again? I will have magpie brain and just randomly jam, guys. Y'all got to be my captain's log. Uh, VTubing. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna stick with it, so I made a separate page, and then I was just like, huh, I want to keep VTubing, and then I realized that I started to use my VTubing page a lot more often, and it was also exhausting to like constantly direct my VTubing stuff to my art stuff, so I like transferred all of my art stuff to my VTubing stuff. But I kind of regret sometimes deleting my old art page because I don't know. Like I had a lot of my followers did transfer from there, but I was getting good traction on my art, and it was kind of hard to like rebuild that traction for art, even though I was a lot more active on VTubing. But then it ended up making up for it because like, huh, hold on, I'm trying to figure something out. I'm not buffering my thought. It's just I'm holding it for a moment. Dark, and then light. And then I had to delete my original VTubing page because I got ops and I wanted to start over because I guess I became known. Well, I did not guess. I became known as somebody who was like very combative and shit, and I wanted to start over with a blank slate, only to realize how fucking fruitless that was. I'm just a hating ass nigga, and I should embrace it sometimes. Sometimes, like one of my New Year's resolutions is to just go off because I started to see articles and stuff about like depression in black women. And apparently, depression in black women is usually the result of repressed anger. So my motto is for your mental health, cuss that nigga out. Let's see. I've seen some people do part time VTubing for what I've seen, but I'm not sure if they started that way. Use their avatar for when they don't want a face cam, for example. I got into VTubing from a leftover desire to be an avatar YouTuber. Yeah. Same. I wanted to have a PNG that folds their arms and talks shit about stuff, but I would be drawing too. I'm waiting for the day I get to cuss somebody off for real. Yeah, because it's invigorating. Now, some stuff I do, like, some people may think that I go off all the time, but I really don't because y'all don't know the number of drafts that I have on my Twitter from when I wanted to. But then, because, like, a lot of times when I feel like I'm going to go off or something, like, really gets on my nerves, I'll, like, type it out and then I save it in a draft and then I come back to it, like, a day or so later. Or I straight up forget about it. But if I come back to it and I still vibe with it, then maybe I'll post it. And other times I like and repost other people talking about it. Like if you see a bunch of reposts on my page of a bunch of people talking about the same things, it's because I already got somebody who said what I wanted to say for me. And that helps me keep from going off. Because at least I have solidarity with oomfies that are willing to go off. Although sometimes I do wish that some of y'all would stop quote retweeting some of these bitches on Twitter because like some stuff is clear as day that is bait. And I think y'all deserve better. Like at least screenshot and then talk shit. And you know how sometimes it seems like I'm going into a random no, I'm talking about the topic of the day that everybody else is talking about. I'm just not giving that person a quote retweet because no, the fuck do I look like? We're gonna finish your have a good D&D. We're probably gonna finish your emote tonight, Artemis, because this is an emote, so that makes it a lot easy. If we were shading anything else, I would be racking my brain. I'm like, what the fuck? What's this? I merged the layer at the wrong time. Now I'm gonna have to make it dark. I'm gonna pray. So let's see. No scrimp. So here comes the difficult part. But I still want the line art to show. It's too dark. So what I'm gonna have to do is palette. What other stuff? Oh, you did more than scrimp. Okay. Don't I have a wonderful partner? They make sure that I hydrate and everything else. Thank yous. So sometimes, have you ever wondered if VTubers knew what the fuck they actually want? Because sometimes the discourse be silly as hell. Yeah, it's great to have somebody to remind you to take care of yourself. It's not that I necessarily have a hard time, but it has been hard lately because of work and shit. Like when I get home, I just want to sleep. Like I'll shower and I'll eat and then I'll sleep. But I haven't been doing my hair. I need to do my hair. Like I thank God that I got cousins from like Ghana and Nigeria that send me shit because they've been sending me hair scarves and those headscarves been saving my ass so I can still look presentable at work without having to do my hair. But like not doing my hair, that's actually bad. I need to do my hair. I need to show that I give a damn. Like at least do my hair tomorrow night so that when I go to the convention, I'm going to a convention, right? And I don't have enough money to go. I'm just gonna trauma dump on you guys. I'm sorry. So I don't have enough money to go, but I found a hack, and the hack is volunteering. The hack is volunteering. So I'm a volunteer. People keep buying me combs. I think they're trying to tell me something. Damn. Do it for everyone I care for. I just do special attention for Jayla where I can. Of course, because I'm special. You love me. You love me. The fuck? But yeah, I found a hack, and that is volunteering. And I get a free voucher to get a picture and an autograph with any person in there. So I'm gonna get a picture and an autograph with Kaiji Tang, and my makeup's gonna be done, and my hair's gonna be done because that is Gojo's VA, and I'll be damned if I walk out looking busted. I'm depressed, but not that depressed. I'm gonna look good for the VA on my mans. This is self care. Just do Yume. Self care is Yume. Everybody knows what Yume shipping is, right? Okay, so we're gonna turn off the ghost. Actually, no, we're gonna turn on the ghost. Yeah, so if there are times, a lot of conventions they have a hard time with like getting staff to do certain tasks like check people in and stuff. So like if you want to go to a con but you know that you're not going to be at that con like all day or walk the whole thing, you just have a very specific thing that you want to do, just volunteer. I'm thinking of how to do this. Let's start from the back. Okay, we're not finishing the stream until we finish Artemis's emote. That is the goal. But no, Yume shipping. What I was talking about with making self inserts and stuff. That's like partially my self care and stuff because I haven't done fan art in a long time and da 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 da. Right. Yume shipping. That's pretty much just a fancy. By fancy, it's just a Japanese word for self shipping. Because Yume it means dream, like dream girl, and that's like daydreaming. Actually, I should have put the gradient in another layer. That's that's more responsible. But but yeah, and that's part of the reason why I made that golden kamui OC because whenever I make self insert OCs, it's usually at least now it's like a means of self discovery and venting about some of my problems. Like I talked about Ketatane and how when she was at that brothel, she wasn't considered pretty enough to be an Oiron and whatnot. And it's like being in an environment where women are sort of coveted for their looks, and then you can't even fit that standard because of your ethnicity and stuff. Because I talk a lot about degendering and whatnot in queer space. Should I? Actually, Artemis, you think that I should fill out the whole square with your hair? Since with chibis, like sometimes the hair is more exaggerated, or leave a gap. Or does she leave? I'll ask him later. What was I thinking about again? Okay, let me make a palette. But no, I talk a lot about degendering and stuff, and in the context of racial dynamics and stuff, because you know, people talk about how we live in a gendered society, and that is true. Mm. And like we do live in a gendered society, but it's also like there's like a intersectionality of race and gender and stuff. And if you don't fit the gender standards of the dominant racial group, then you deal with ostracization as well in that way. Give me just a minute. I need to look up that tutorial on how to shade curly hair. I wanted to go harder on the hair texture, but I had to be merciful. No, it's fine. Cause like, okay, this is something that I need to learn at some point, anyways. Like, I have this weird thing where I have a hard time drawing straight hair, but I could color and shade it well, and then I could draw like curly hair easily, but I have a hard time shading it. I just gotta find a way. Honestly, I need to look more at Vigalia's tutorials because, like, I use her brushes. Really want to one day replicate the forward texture and cartoon. Yeah, Actually, let me. I'm going onto YouTube real quick and looking at Vigalia shorts. I need her to make some damn straight hair brushes. Ah. Honestly, I kind of want to use like a keyboard in another language. What did I want to look up? Vigalia. I need her to make some straight hair brushes. Like I understand. Also, you can combine hair brushes. For the male hair, I created a whole new brush for it. Oh, cool. She already did the curls in this video. Please. Honestly, Artemis, have you considered doing TikTok? Try to mention how a texture fro on a VTuber would look so good, and Twitch didn't like that. Damn, that's lame. I wouldn't be scared. It's scary when you get into a fandom. I'm barely active in any fandom activity. I, I'm also like barely. Wait, was it playing other music? Like, was it playing ABBA? Ah, this person goes from dark to light when doing it. That's probably why I'm having a hard time because I start at the mid tone. Oh well. I don't even use video editing. I literally just post the speed paint and call it a day. Although apparently a lot of people like videos where it shows the hand and you're recording the screen, but it's kind of worked out semi well for me depending on the song or the fandom that I'm engaging with. Like I just post the speed paint and then I dip. Hey Plush, how's it going? I kind of want to hire somebody to like turn my streams into TikTok. Well, Plush is there. Don't you do video editing commissions, Plush? Or am I getting that confused with somebody else? I'm in another tab. That is fair. Is there anybody affiliated with you that you could recommend for a cheaper price until Artemis gets up there or something? I do know anybody. Okay, I can sort of do this. Sort of. We're gonna pray. No, I gotta look at it again. I'm scared. I'm looking at a tutorial on how to cell shade curly hair because, like, I love doing commissions sometimes because they make me learn shit that I put off learning. They make me learn shit that I put off learning. We go and pray. All the editors I know who are cheaper in the space use CapCut and that shit banned. It's not banned anymore. Wait, is it still banned? Because TikTok isn't banned anymore. They did all of that performative shit. Like as soon as they banned that shit, they removed the ban. The thing is, I don't draw clouds. Artemis, I don't do background. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm asthmatic. TikTok is still banned. You can't download it on the App Store or update it. It's broken? Huh, I didn't delete. I want to live. Don't y'all love our government? Do you know how hard it is working as a fucking museum worker right now? Because I'm literally getting updates from other people. Because specifically, I work for a state, nationally accredited museum, right? And I'm literally getting notifications from other folks being like, yeah, the Smithsonian put all the gay shit away. So it'll be functional for right now, but in a month or two, it'll be broken. Maybe. And I say maybe because they are in full, they're still in negotiations right now, and there was a lot of dick riding, so we'll see. But you know, it's definitely banned at DEI, because why did the Smithsonian put all the gay shit away? Or if they keep it up, they take away the gay context of it, and it's just like, just bro, just don't have it up. Just don't have it up. It's okay. We get it because we don't want it to be destroyed, right? But at the same time, it's just like, damn, Elon ain't buying that shit. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. Somebody else probably would, or they're gonna force them. Probably to Zuckerberg since he's already in everybody else's pocket. I do not want, cause no, actually I forgot something. These are streaks of copper. We're gonna figure this shit out because I want to get this emote done. BTW should start storing meat, eggs, and actually, I would not store eggs. And likely I know the birds are being euthanized, and it's already spreading. It's already spreading because the UK had to euthanize. Like y'all know how I always repost informational stuff on Twitter. It's because I follow this shit because it's funny because to some people I'm kind of known as like the political VTuber, and I'm really not. It's not that. It's not that I'm like brand myself. Okay, it's half and half because my lore is semi-political because I was low key ripping off of Maximum Ride, and it was definitely commentary on global warming and shit. But it's more like it's not that I'm a political person. It's more like I'm not afraid to talk about it because it's just like this affects so much shit in our everyday life. It's inevitable, and also because of like my job and shit. I work at a museum, so it's like a habit. Oh yeah, there's powdered egg mixtures. Low key hard to find. Yeah. And unfortunately, I live in a state that's like ranked number 1 in food insecurity, despite the fact that we're ranked number 6 in agricultural production. Sorry. Hurt so bad that VTubing is the way. Don't worry, I'm making a video. I'm making a video. Like, one thing that Plush has advised me to do is to make use of my shit talking and combine that with art. I'm literally making a video about it. It's gonna be a speed paint. I got the script written. I just gotta draw and record. I just gotta draw and record. Open a dialogue about. Let me go to the back again. I wouldn't say it's a psyop. It's a trauma response. It's a trauma response. So, Like I semi agree, but it's a trauma response more than like part of it is breads and circuses, but it's more so a trauma response. Because here's the thing, it is not normal for us to receive this much bad news back to back on a regular basis the way that we're doing. Like this is a very recent development. Because you know how back in the day it would take like days to weeks to get news of shitty things happening, whether that was local or across the world. Now we are constantly bombarded with traumatic shit both locally and across the world. And that's unsustainable to experience. And because of like that overload of traumatic information, people get burned out. Oh, this came from the where's the mid bang? So yeah, that insistence on mindless indulgence. And I think that's part of the reason why VTubing is the way that it is, because like VTubing, what made it popular, excuse me, I'm literally just repeating talking points from that script. VTubing got started in 2017, but it got hella popular in 2020 because of the lockdown and stuff. Because it was one of the few accessible forms of entertainment, right? Because you couldn't go outside to a comedy show or whatever. It's not like this is in the back. I was just like, where the hell is that layer? You couldn't go outside to like a comedy show or something. You couldn't go outside to a comedy show. The shading looks weird because because it matches the ghost. You couldn't go outside to a comedy show. I'm gonna do the braids first. That seems easier. I'm gonna think a little bit less. You couldn't go outside to a comedy show. You couldn't go to the movies. Da 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 da. And and then also like for some people who a lot of people don't think about the disability aspect of it. At least not as much unless they're like thinking about Iron Mouse. See what you mean in that it's rooted in like people trying to remedy a greater issue, which is yep. This is another case of the audience won't know, but me and Jesus will know. I'm like the audience won't know, but you know who would? Jesus. Pixel errors in my art are between me and God. Yup. But yeah, VTubing was like very convenient at the time that it boosted because it was like a form of accessible entertainment for when you couldn't go outside. And it was also accessible for entertainers and stuff. And I think that's probably why I see so many disabled VTubers and stuff because like nowhere else nobody wants to make accommodations to fucking hire you. So like, and people are still yearning for that connection because like VTubing is still pretty big even after lockdowns. Because like we've lost so many people have fucking died, and having that sort of Ren Fair or RP experience saved a lot of people's asses. So, but no, I really think that we don't have that same be a character all that time thing to that extent in other. Yeah, I think that we do, but it's more common in corpo because it's a different like what kind of bothers me whenever people insist on things like immersion and stuff. Yeah, that's a part of the medium, but that's a part of a specific part of the medium. Because the thing is, a lot of people will look at, say, corporate VTubers and expect everybody to have the same level of production or the same level of immersion and whatnot. With corporations, it's no different from voice acting an IP character and stuff. You don't have that for the most part, unless it's like V Shoujo, you don't own that character. So you have to have a separation as a performer because when you leave, that doesn't mean that somebody else won't come in. Because doesn't Kizuna I have two voices? Her original VA retired, and she got a new one. Ignored the skeleton. Ooh. Yeah, I think that Kizuna I has a has two VAs. Although I don't know if other companies have that same sort of practice. But I think that's the reason why whenever you graduate as a corpo, you don't get to take it with you because they might renew it. Although VTubing tries so hard to be the idol, but it's heavily inspired by the idol industry. I think that's fine because it's pretty much just idol industry but more accessible. And I say accessible because like you don't have to worry about physical appearances and stuff. I think it's fine. It's just I do think that the toxic stuff of the idol industry needs to be taken away, but that's because it's toxic in general and needs to be thrown away in general, right? Like I don't like how idols don't get to do stuff like date or whatever because that quote unquote ruins the fan experience and it's just like I am a person and also there are multiple of y'all that like me. So none of you can have possession anyways. Like to me, that kind of reminds me of some of the toxicity that be happening in the Yume community. I talked about Yume where you're self shipping and there's this thing called being non sharing, which is like, oh, I block people who self ship themselves with the same character that I like and it's just like what? And I guess I can't say too much about it because, like, my thing is some characters I do not like to see some of the characters that I self ship with. Like, I fucking hate Ghetto X Gojo. I think it's a low vibrational ship. I think it's lame. I don't like how Gojo like practically gives up on his life to an extent. Like, I can't even like spoiler alert. But it's just like this dude, the way that he interacts with his peers and stuff, and how he's like, I'm alone and I'm gonna train these kids to be just as strong as me, so I'm not alone. I feel like that's fucking loser behavior because you are not the only one who has to deal with the harsh responsibilities of being the strongest and shit. Shoko is literally right there. You grown ass man with dick and balls, grow the fuck up and get over your damn high school situationship. It's the fact that Ghetto, even though he was also distraught at the loss of your friendship, that he was able to lock in and still do whatever the fuck that he thought was right. And you can't fucking let go. Grow up. You're 28. I'm 24 going off on his ass because, like, I don't think that people think about how, like, detrimental Gojo's grief is to the point where it has negative effects on his fucking relationships. Like, people only dick ride his grief because it's like, oh, how romantic it is for him to still be yearning and all this other kind of shit. And it's just like, this nigga can't even have meaningful relationships with other people because he can't see a life outside of that bitch ass nigga. Like, grow up. Me, when I say that I self ship and that I love this character, but I shit on him so hard, like, what the fuck? I put this on the wrong fucking layer. I put this on the wrong fucking layer. I feel dumb. I want to cry. Um, what was I thinking about again? Then this is supposed to be copper, like the rest of it, right? Artemis, quick question: should I make the streaks in your hair metallic as well? Like, how is that supposed to work? They're just reddish brown. Okay. I mean, when I say that I really like this character, but I'd be like cursing them the fuck out. Like, it's weird how my taste in fictional men. I need to take some cough medicine. Really do be adjusting because, like, I used to like dudes that were like hella competent. They got their shit together and stuff. And the past two characters that I've been Yume, low key ain't shit. And I'm not even the kind of person who's just like, I can fix him. Because some girls be like, I can fix him, or I can make him worse. I can beat his ass. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I expect you to do better, bitch ass nigga. Like, because it's just like, and that's love because I love these characters and I want them to do better. I'm gonna make it. I got so many ideas for like merch because like my ultimate goal, or one of my ultimate goals as an artist, is to like is to have like a print shop or a merch shop where I could go to cons and shit. And I want to sell like I want to sell stationery and posters, and I want to sell apparel. Apparently, my museum job is gonna start commissioning me to make zines. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm gonna try to draw more original art, not just fan art or comms. Like I would like to have more comms. Please commission me. I'm selling body pillows for $50. As y'all can see, Artemis has already commissioned me. I am drawing one of her emotes right now. But yeah, I love my job, even though sometimes it be stressing me the fuck out. Like sometimes I've considered, I'm like, should I create another 2007 incident? For context, my museum, it, the original building, the building that I'm working in, it's actually a replica of the original building because the original one ended up burning down because like two unhoused men they snuck in during winter and they picked the worst floor to set fire to keep warm because it had like wax floors, so that bitch burned to the ground. And it be like that sometimes, right? It be cold. Okay, we almost got it. We just got to do something about this shading. I feel like it's too flat. This is partially why I use gradients to sort of help a little bit, to sort of cheat, but it needs something. It's missing je ne sais quoi. Like I would a cube. Yeah, I know how to render a cube. So let me put the ghost back up so I know. I'll make you more than happy. I'm using it immediately because this is how I feel all the time. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna stop being scared. Literally, I'm just gonna look at yours and I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna follow your lead. I'm gonna name it Artemis Jover, and then maybe we'll get one for Artemis back. That would be so cool. Honestly, I might make one for myself. Put this on the wrong fucking layer. Okay. Ah! my god, use a bigger brush. This is being your ass. But yeah, I should start making myself more emotes. I like the ones that I have. That was another thing that I was gonna update for myself until I got sick. Just turned this into a YCH and didn't make it. We're back counterpart and size. You're saving my ass. You're saving my ass. Maybe not this side. This is the side that's catching the light. I need to remember the light direction. Me, it's not that I don't like being told what to do. It's more like I'm doing things, right? But I don't always have time. Because there's this thing where I have ideas and stuff. I'm trying to self manage a bit better by making a schedule. But I'm definitely not somebody who like minds being told what to do. Because like when Plush was in here, right? I've actually calmed him to do. Oh my god, I've calmed him to be a consultant and stuff on like how to improve my habits as a VTuber and as a performer and stuff. And some of his advice I've already implemented, and some of them I tried a little bit and it didn't quite work out and stuff. And he's very like thorough and constructive with things. I recommend him to a couple of people. Okay. How does this look? In content creation, all the big creators have robust networks of people who can advise them on how to succeed. We got to normalize just helping people out. Literally, like, I think we've talked about this before how some people complain about, like, being seen, being used and stuff. And that's a valid concern because I don't like being in a position where people only come to me when they want something and stuff. Like, say hello, check in sometimes, right? But at the same time, I don't like putting behind information under I don't like putting information under yeah, should I don't like putting information under this requirement that you got to be my friend or something. How's this? Or actually, yay! Okay, let me save. And then I'm gonna change the scale of it because apparently I think Twitch won't like upload it until Twitch won't let you upload it unless it's like 5,000. Change image resolution. Scale 0.5. Yes. So when I save this, it'll be saved as. Let me get rid of the background. I just realized. So save as PNG. Give me just a minute. I'll put it in parentheses. And then edit, change image resolution. Okay. And then save as. And then I'll put Twitch in parentheses. And then do you want me to send you a glaze version too? Or do you got glaze? Do you got like web glaze? Yeah. I hope they okay. Okay. Give me just a minute. Let you go. I've listened to this playlist so many times. Although I do try to play other types of music, like during Halloween, I was playing a lot of. I made like a sexy autumn playlist, and that's kind of what goth music sounds like. To be honest, it's just sexy autumn, because it's just crinkling leaves and the feeling of despair. I'm trying to glaze it so I could get like, so I can upload it to the examples on VGen. But I'm sending it. As soon as that damn email shows up. Yeah, that's a, yeah, cause like goth music, like yeah, it's about anti-authoritarianism through gender fuckery, but because of the fuckery part, right? It's just like yes, like especially have you heard of Typo Negative? Because there's this album that they got called October Rust, and the best way to describe it is just like please witch woman, if you could just spare me a singular crumb of coochie, I would surely be blessed. Please witch woman. My stupid ass. Hold on. There's something I gotta do. What was I gonna do? I was gonna add. That's cement. Okay, I submitted. But it's sent. Okay. So I'm gonna and then I'm gonna make like a showcase because I ended up making. You know how some people do emote showcase where they like put in a box, put all of the emotes that they did in a box to showcase. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, or I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm not doing that right now though. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna watch Manly Badass Hero play Poppy Playtime because they came out with a new chapter. That's how I decompress. I watch a bored man do horrific things or experience horrors through video games. Yeah, I love those. They always look so cute, and I really like the presentation, and it's just universally cool. But thank you so much for calling me, Artemis. Thank you for believing in me. Because I believe in myself. And then I do a commission, and I'm like, I'm going to be challenged. And I mean that both positively and slightly despairingly, because I'm like, damn, I'm finna be challenged, but I take it with enthusiasm, and I succeed. Thank you for being the first to ever draw this design. No problem. I'm excited because I really like your design. I like seeing the different innovative ways people could just do stuff with casual clothing because there's so much that we could still do with casual clothing. Like I like the use of textures, and the I really like the bird and cloud theme that you have. Like you are a great designer, and I really like your VTuber designs, especially the chef group. Keep cooking. But this is how we're gonna end it, or this is where we're ending it, because I'm EP and I am done with what I came here to do. But thank y'all for coming. I hope y'all have a good night. Stay above the water.